Hi, it's me, Shakti Sundari, and I'm back with you today for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras by Lauren Roche. I was out earlier this morning and I had a beautiful walk. It's a gorgeous summer's day, very hot and sunny today. And I went to a beautiful church called St. Mary and the Virgin where I tried to speak twice, and both times the internet connection didn't work, so I had to postpone my talking till later on today. But I'm with you now and ready to share the next beautiful sutra, the next meditation from this wonderful series of practices. Today's sutra introduces a different practice to the last few days, a different way of achieving that same understanding and physical embodied experience of oneness bliss. So this is Yukti verse 40, and I'm going to read to you from the Sanskrit first. Sarvam deham chit mayam hi jagatva paribhavayet yugapad nirvikalpena manasa parama udaya. And let me just read that again, second time. Sarvam deham chit mayam hi jagatva paribhavayet yugapad nirvikalpena manasa parama udaya. And then the translation, English translation. Delight in this entire universe as permeated with divine awareness, and every area of your body, your feet, your face, your shoulders, made out of divine awareness. The body of the planet beneath you, out beyond the farthest horizons, the stars and the reaches of space, all are arising from God consciousness. Know this and dissolve into peace. When I read these verses, I always feel like taking just a great big inhale and exhale at the end, and exactly as it says, dissolving into peace. They bring such a comfort, these verses, to me, and I hope to you who are listening and following along with me. Let's go back and just explore this verse. Delight in this entire universe as permeated with divine awareness. So every aspect of the world in us and around us is divine awareness, is God consciousness, is love, is energy. It's like love, energy, God, consciousness, divine. It's all one, and everything that you can see is it, created by this divine consciousness, manifest by this divine consciousness, everything. Just that one invitation to delight, we are invited to feel a bubbling up of joy, wonder at this awareness that everything around us is permeated with divine awareness. We don't need to go looking for God in a church, in a statue, in some old man on a cloud with a long white beard, right? Everything around us is divine. This is the understanding that these verses want to transmit up to us. And every area of your body, your feet, your face, your shoulders, made out of divine awareness. And so in that we get to understand that the body and this one is a microcosm of the macrocosm. I know you may have heard that many times before, and yet that's a truth, and that's why we keep hearing it. Everything out there is in here, the stars, the planets, the sky, the earth, the oceans, the elements, as we've actually also learned and practiced with other meditations. Everything out there is in here. We are divine awareness, every aspect of us. And you know, it's interesting because every area of your body, there's not any part of your being that is not divine. And I am pretty sure that there are people who will be listening to this who will flinch at that or have a reaction to that, and they'll think, well, yeah, that bit's all right, but that bit's not, you know. So often in this Western culture we have judgments of our physical being, of our appearance. We measure ourselves by these ridiculous externally imposed standards of patriarchy, which are just bullshit. They're nothing to do with the reality of the divine, beautiful, perfect being that we are. We are divine and perfect in this unique expression of life. There is nothing that could possibly be imperfect about this. So every area of your body, all those bits that you don't like, all those bits that you are ashamed of, everything, all those bits that you hide and cover up. And this touched on something for me actually, but you know, he says your feet, your face, your shoulders. Of course it could be anything. It could be your eyelashes, your ears, your teeth, your nipples, your belly button, your buttocks, the hairs on your legs. It could be any of those things, right? But it touched a nerve for me, not a big way, but like my feet, there's something that I've often been embarrassed of. And, you know, for somebody else, it could be your shoulders. For somebody else, it could be an aspect of your face. It could be something, but no, everything is divine awareness. How ridiculous that we would judge ourselves or another, that we would measure ourselves or another based on some ideal of perfection that's been externally created, imposed by somebody's mind, the very masculine patriarchal mind, which is no longer relevant. We're shifting now. We're shifting to a higher consciousness. We're shifting to a higher vibration where it's about inner radiance and the acknowledgement of our already pre-existing divine perfection within ourselves and everything and everyone around us. That's what we're waking up to. That's the recognition. The body of the planet beneath you and out beyond the farthest horizons, the stars and the reaches of space. So these words, these images remind us of the vast, expansive, infinite nature of existence, and that our body is a part of that. Our physical body is one with the body of the earth. Again, remember this, people, because as this has been forgotten, as the divine feminine aspect of existence has been repressed and forgotten by patriarchy for so many centuries, we have been raping, we have been pillaging, we have been destroying, we have been controlling, we have been taking from the planet Earth. And yet, she is our mother. She is our divine feminine. She is divine. And we have not been honoring her. Just as women have not been honored in the world. And it's time for us to really wake up and remember that now, you know, before it's too late. The feminine around the world is awakening, and the masculine is still catching up. There's some catching up to do, but it's time, and this is what's needed now as consciousness is awakening. So feminine and masculine are both waking up together and joining together in the heart to a higher level of consciousness where this radiance is just the most natural thing. All are arising from God consciousness. This is the truth. There is no superiority of one over the other. There is no inferiority of another. All is one and all is God. So forget what your religions are telling you. It's bullshit. The truth is everything is God consciousness. Everything. There's a line from a Kundalini Yoga mantra that's just coming to me now. If you can't see God in all, then you can't see God at all. If you can't see God in all, then you can't see God at all. Anyway, know this, that everything's arising from God consciousness and dissolve into peace. How does it feel when we tune our awareness, our beingness into the knowing that everything is God consciousness and that we are one with it? It relaxes the whole physical body, it relaxes the whole nervous system. There is a which is like this dissolving into oneness with everything. That's the reading for today. Thank you for being with me. Sat Nam and much love.